It's open.
Right. Oh, hi. I thought you were...
I'm sorry. I'm here on Miranda's behalf. Claire.
So what happened to Miranda? I got pretty far. I thought she'd have rescheduled with me.
Miranda doesn't work with us anymore. There's been an incident of misconduct with one of our other clients, which I'm afraid also means we'll have to start from scratch.
I see. Well, you know what? Never mind. I don't think this is necessary. I got far enough with her in our last session.
You lived here for 30 years, right, Walter? And before that, this belonged to your wife's parents and their parents and so on. You could call it a family home with not much of that essence left.
30 in June.
Fact is, not many of us were willing to pick up Miranda's mess.
Why you then?
Well, from the very little I know, I think I'll be able to help. Now, cutting a few corners, I do have some particular talking points in mind for today.
I'm in a rush.
Just assumed you wouldn't want to go over every detail again with a new face.
I'll try not to drag it out this time.
Okay. Where are we starting?
Asya, come play with us.
Come on. What? Oh, we've got a new player in the game. Guess what? Now let's see what's happening. Whoa!
You can do it farther.
There are moments that make you feel like nothing else matters or exists out there. But we all have our secrets, and the worst ones have a habit of finding you no matter what you do. In this case, they were my wife's.
Where's my daughter?
No, please.
This guy shows up 5 years into our lives with a letter.
No, seriously, I told you.
Ava tried to answer the door quietly, but I caught a glimpse. Marcus. Her first husband. And the letter he had with him was proof that Sophie was in fact his daughter. I mean, I met Ava the same month she left him, but I never thought that she...
How did he manage to do that? Wouldn't he have had to acquire a sample of your daughter's DNA to prove his suspicion in the first place?
That's something we never quite figured out. It is a fact that he was too far ahead of us, and those weren't just suspicions.
What's going on?
I'm taking it to my sister's for a week. I don't trust him to stay away right now.
What are we dealing with?
What letters?
Ava!
And that's when I found out. The lights dancing on her face as she looked back at me. A face that showed me everything I needed to know. She stole his heart, and in return he stole hers. He's been at it for years, building the case that she wasn't fit to have any custody over Sophie.
But why such extreme measures? What did she do to him?
I never dug into it.
Why not? Sorry, didn't mean to raise my voice.
Anyway, none of that matters anymore. He got what he wanted. She knowingly kept her away from a real father for all those years. Didn't leave herself with a leg to stand on.
You raised her for 5 years, Walter.
Well, let's not dine on this topic, but my past got a little caught up in everything too. Complicating things. Legally speaking, the best for me was to stay away from it. And if anything, my wife was a lot closer to her than I was. One morning she skipped her routine, got in the car and drove off. 2 nights later she came back, someone else entirely. I didn't ask where she went, but I never saw her cry from then on.
I mean, I'm finding it hard to believe it was all that sudden. Your wife didn't see any of this coming over the years?
She didn't suppose Marcus was really up to anything. There were letters, though. Mild threats from time to time. Just delusional, jealous, confused. His words coming from the bottom of a bottle.
Didn't you feel cheated to find out that you were raising another man's child?
There was nothing I could do. And after 5 years, you just don't care. In your eyes, it is your child. And I spent more time being strong for Ava than I did processing my resentments towards her. Sort of just disappeared after a while.
If your daughter remembered anything about you or this place, do you think she'd visit?
I like to think she was brought up in a good home. And I think it would be better for her not to know what's become of her first family now.
Must be lonely, though, to not even hope she'd be back. Surely there was a time you did.
You're talking well over a decade now. I mean, do you remember how you felt 18 years ago?
Honestly, no. Couldn't tell you either. Seems like a lifetime ago. Mind if I stretch my legs?
Please.
So when Isaac grew up, you told him everything.
I tried to reason with Ava for as long as I can remember. But she didn't want Isaac to know about Marcus.
So that was all her then. Why did she do that?
It's simple. She was ashamed. The drawing I mentioned earlier was just one of many to come. He drew Sophie in every one of them. He always expected her to come home. And I couldn't bring myself to tell him that he didn't have a big sister out there. I didn't want my wife to go through the embarrassment alone, so I lived the lie with her.
But he found out anyway, didn't he?
I wasn't careful enough. Isaac found out that we've been lying to him for so long. And at his age, he could make his own decisions.
Mind if I hold on to these? Did you guys do anything to find him, even after he asked you not to go looking?
We did to no end. I never made much of an effort to ask about his private life, so we didn't know where to start looking. And there were other factors too. He'd been kicked out of 3 schools in the space of 4 years. Looking back, I did not do enough as a parent to manage his outbursts from an early age. And as a result, The only way we would get close to him is if he wanted us to.
And how was losing Isaac different to losing me? Sorry, I've been picturing myself in the shoes of everyone you've mentioned so far, and I just did that with your daughter. So insensitive. Sorry. It just helps me understand the people that aren't here in this room a little better and what they might say if they were in fact here.
I think it makes sense now.
What makes sense?
You've been sat here and I've been trying to figuring out who you reminded me of. That's why I let you sit down in the first place. Her lips. My daughters were almost identical from what I remember. Isn't that strange?
Guess I just have one of those faces, you know. Everyone thinks they know me from somewhere somehow. What I should have asked was, how did it feel different to losing your daughter all those years ago?
I felt a little more numb. I guess I understood how my wife felt all that time. After losing Sophie for good, we took comfort knowing that Isaac could still come home at any time.
Mm-hmm. And what about Ava? When did she pass?
How do you?
Just assumed we were getting to your wife.
ASD. Only months ago now, but it still feels like yesterday.
ASD?
Heart condition. There were some complications as it hadn't been identified at birth. A pacemaker was due for a checkup the following week. I had no idea that the noise I heard outside was anything other than some wind rattling the house. Supposedly, even if I got the door, it wouldn't have made any difference. A little anticlimactic, I'm afraid.
But you still blame yourself for not checking the door, right?
But part of me believes you don't have control over everything. I feel like I shouldn't have it, but there's this resounding guilt inside of me and I don't know what to do about it. Claire?
Walter, forgive me. Let's say 4 on Monday? My next appointment is in 40 minutes and I'm already late.
That's okay. I'll see you out.
No, don't worry about it. Thank you.
Claire, just one thing.
Yeah?
Did I give you enough today?
Honestly, more than I expected. You'll see me soon. Are you out of your mind? Right outside?
He can't see me from here.
Okay. Look, he's already... I should be working with him right now, not repairing whatever mess it is you're going to create. Besides, you still haven't told me what your plan is.
Come on, Claire. Or can't you tear yourself apart anymore? Sophie. Do you even remember after all this time? I guess you didn't get very far with him. You still haven't managed to tell me how you pulled off this little visit.
It doesn't matter, Isaac. Look, I may have 2 dads, but I only had one mother like you. Losing her was just as hard for me. And even if it's his fault, we can't blame him right now.
She's all I had, though. Until he let her die. I had a relationship with her after leaving this place, Sophie. But you wouldn't know that, would you? Because you weren't around for any of it.
It's not like I had a choice. Look, everything you don't know is in here.
Maybe next time you should just try a little harder.
What does that mean?
It means I lied. I don't care what he told you. If this means I'm going to feel anything for him right now, I don't want to know. Maybe I'll indulge you another day.
You know what? If it were the other way around, I'd just be happy to see you after so many years. I still am, but not like this.
Whatever he said to you in there, to make you feel something for him. He has to suffer before he gets better. I don't want him to forget a thing. You've just jogged his mind for me anyway, so your part's done.
I was raised by another man to believe that my mom and dad didn't even want me, but I am still here, Isaac. I'm trying to make things right. For you, for him, for myself. The loss of his wife and our mother should bring us all together. But you don't want that, do you? It's hardly been 2 months since she died. And here you are looking for some sort of revenge. What's your plan? You remind me of my father. And I'm not talking about the one in there. You're intent on getting what you want, to hell with everyone else.
You didn't know Mum like I did you? The shit she said about him in her final years? That'd be too much for you to even cope with, so I'll spare you, Sophie. This is my weight. This was more my family than it ever was yours. We both know he didn't care enough about you. If that's not already in there, you should probably write that down. Might bring into question why you even fucking came here.
You can say you're doing this for Mom, or even for me. But don't act like this isn't all about yourself.
Spoken like a real therapist. If only you were one. Maybe you'd actually convince me to walk away from all this.
Walk away from what? What are you going to do?
If it makes you feel any better, he's not gonna know it's me. Just like he didn't know that the daughter he lost 18 years ago was just sat right opposite him. I deserve to see the fucking look on his face when he realizes who he really is.
Really? What? He's ancient, man. He's not going to hear a thing.
So what if he does?
He's not down there. One of you needs to go up and check on him.
By all means, your plan.
Whoever goes up can have my bag. Take what you want from it when we're done.
It's a big house, though. He's probably going to sleep right through it.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, one call and we're done.
Where you going?
The bag better be full when I'm back.
you're looking for money, you might find it there. Fucking shoulder, man. That better be fucking worth it.
Fucking safety's on, man. Guess I looked in the right place, huh? Found these, yeah? In one of the bedrooms before I ran into him. Where's your bag, huh?
Hang on, let me see something.
It's you that's meant to be handing me something, huh? That looks a little light.
Don't worry. I'm gonna stay here and look. But I'm gonna need that.
Remember, I know where to come looking if that bag's not full, huh? Fancy that? This is what you want, right?
No, fuck this.
What do you reckon happened here? Looks like a break-in, doesn't it? What do you think they stole?
If you're always so perfect, why are you sat here with me?
You wanted to come here. Probably so you could see the house one last time. Maybe you're ready to move on.
Why haven't you told him who you are yet? Isn't that part of moving on?
You know, too much time's passed. He'll look at me now and see everything he missed out on as a father. And I have nothing to prove to anyone by making that revelation. I'll regret asking you this, but do you at least feel better?
Last night, the person I thought I'd see wasn't there. He's different.
So, what now?
I don't know. I expected to feel different.
You went in there expecting to see him at your feet, to see him weak, to remind yourself why you hate him. Now you don't have the answer you were looking for. Maybe you don't have to hate him so much. This might just be proof you care. For when you're ready.
Keep it. Just because I didn't see it last night, it doesn't mean it's not there. Nothing's changed, Sophie. Nothing's changed, you know that.
You know her pacemaker failed. Even if he got the door, nothing would have changed. I guess time will give you what you need, but at least now you know this isn't what you needed.
It's open.